After a challenging year, the Dragon ignites 2025 with unstoppable momentum, breaking records and building powerful alliances and rising to prominence. And this is the year to own their greatness, turning disruptions into opportunities, mastering emotions, and leading with passion. The Dragon doesn't follow trends. They create a legacy. This year, dragons have 3 powerful allies that can help them succeed in the course of 2025. So the first one is Sky Happiness. This is one of the most favorable stars in terms of, we call it a peach blossom star. Most people expect personal relationships, but I think you can take this way beyond just personal relationships if you know how to use this in a positive way. So Sky Happiness, take note of that, okay? I'll tell you more in a short while. And I like this a lot. This is called the Surpassing Path. Well, you have the Surpassing Path, it means you surpass boundaries and you surpass your barriers and limitations if you know how to use this well. Well, some people call this a negative star because it's too aggressive. Listen, those are for people who are weak, all right? If you are someone who would like to make a breakthrough and you don't like being weak, then this will be a great star to utilize. And I like the Heavenly Officer. It tells us that there's an opportunity for new position, new responsibilities, and obviously new influence, okay? Now, so how do we put all this together and come up with some strategies for the dragons in 2025? Well, firstly, let's talk about forming powerful alliances. Well, because of the Sky Happiness star, right, you probably will meet influential individuals and they can become instrumental in your career and personal growth. So forming that alliances and partnerships, that with them, that can amplify your success. I would think that should be on the top priority of your list. And your network will become your most valuable asset, and that fuels both your career and your personal gain. So make use of the Sky Happiness for this purpose, okay? Don't every time also think about whether it's a good relationship or not, whether you're going to meet the right one. That's so boring and so yesterday. Come on, guys, okay? Everyone wants to know their relationship. Listen, when you build something like a powerful and great network, the right relationship will be found in that network, okay? Because you actively build connection with people. You don't just like wait for the peach blossom, you wait for the summer, oh, will he like me, will she like me? That's a waste of time. Be proactive, okay? Now, the second one is about the surpassing career milestones. I think this is something good because you have the surpassing path. So if you have an intention to break previous records and surpass your ambitious targets, this might be the year to achieve a major milestone in your career or business life, okay? So why don't you set that? Think about that, okay? You got to be intentional about this. Otherwise, having these stars and not knowing that you could do this means you have all this potential, but you're not using it. This is the biggest mistake that a lot of people make. They think that just astrology is what happens to them. No, astrology happens for you. It's for you to use. If you do nothing with it, nothing comes out of it. Okay, so this is not a prediction. It's trying to help you create the destiny that you want. Okay, this is very different. I know from other people. Oh, you predict my future. No, your future doesn't mean anything if you just sit there and do nothing. All right. So if you have the drive and you work hard, right, and you want to cement your reputation as a high achiever, this will be the year because you're intentional about it. Okay. Now, many people want to know, so how would this reflect on my financial life? Are there any wealth stars this year? Got money or not? People think like that, right? Well, I think financial growth is through strategic moves or strategic activities based on what are the positive stars that you have, okay? So if you would like to secure financial gains, smart investments, new business ventures, this would be the year to plan this out by connecting, because you have the Sky Happiness. So you want to meet with people who are already in that field because you have that affinity this year. Also, don't just go for relationship all the time. Meet people who are smart, meet people who are wealthy, because you are likable this year. Connect with them and obviously talk to them, all right? This is important. You got to learn from people who know what they're doing, all right? Not just every time look for people to like you. That's too shallow, right? So your affinity and connecting with the right people has increased this year, and so look for the right people and they can teach you what to do if you want to increase your financial standing this year, okay? And I would think that if you do this right, your rise to prominence is secured, right? So because you have your Sky Happiness Star and your Surpassing Path together, by building a thriving social circle, you can cultivate a close-knit and high-achieving social circle of friends and mentors, and these people can inspire you and challenge you to grow. This will be the best thing ever for you. This becomes your asset for long-term growth, because this year you have that ability to pull people together and build that relationship. So don't just use this for love. I mean, love is important, but Sky Happiness is an attraction star. It's not a love star, okay? Love requires you to build trust and build that foundation to support one another. It begins with a good network, okay? Or you could use that star to strengthen family bonds. You could do that, right? You could uplift and support your family members, foster deeper connections. That you could do too, okay? So you could use this star in those aspects. Or you can use it to inspire other people. Become a role model, because since you have the Sky Happiness, you are obviously attracting positive attention, you are likable. If you could cement that positive image in other people, think about how this in the long run can help you. So don't just think about, the simple relationships, and all that. Think about inspiring others to aim higher, to pursue ambitions. That's something that is super useful for you. Now, let's look at some of the possible challenges that could arise due to some of these negative energies. Now, suppose you're someone that is not proactive. Suppose you're someone that, I'm just going to wait for what astrology offers me. You know what? I'm just going to wait and see what's happening. I'm not proactive, but I don't give a shit, right? Some people might be like that. Okay, so what will happen? Well, you do have one star called the sickness charm, which is obviously not that great for health, but only if you overexert yourself. Because you have a drive to surpass targets this year, surpassing path, remember, and you want to achieve success, that might lead to some neglecting in your physical health, and that might result in burnout, fatigue, or stress-related illnesses, because this year you're a bit more prone to illnesses, so you do need to focus on health. That's one aspect. So mitigate this by regularly checking your health. This is something that goes without saying, okay? And now the next one here that I want to point out is called the prison star. Now it doesn't actually mean being in prison. What it does mean is some people might feel mental fatigue or emotional strain as if they're trapped. So if you're someone that generally are emotionally weaker, there's a new generation of people who are very young these days who can't take stress, and if they go to work and it's stressful, they just might lie down and die. So some people have that problem. So if you're one of those, hopefully not, but if you're one of those, you might, with this prison star, you might feel trapped, mental fatigue, right? So you might want to take it easy. You don't want any mental exhaustion that could set you back. Or worse, impact your relationships. You don't want that, right? So what do you do? Okay, so there are a few things you can take note of. Take intentional breaks, recharge, or maybe, may I suggest, find a coach, guys, all right? You can't be at a strawberry generation and a little bit of pressure, then you can't take it, right? Or you need to go and see a therapist. No, you just find a coach. Sometimes it's important to understand that in every aspect, whether it's business, personal life, there's bound to be some stress. And as you go higher in the position, there's going to be stress. And your ability, your stress tolerance ability dictates how successful eventually you can become, okay? Now, there is this star called the Lonesome Star here. Now, it might be strange, right? So you have a Sky Happiness, which is relationship, and then you have Lonesome Star. Basically, this is a star about feeling misunderstood. Just because people like you doesn't mean you feel understood, right? So possibly there might be some struggles for some people who don't know how to articulate themselves. They think something, but then they say something else. It's quite common, especially we see in younger generations these days, right? They don't express that clearly. They feel one way, but they say something else. So if you're one of those, with Dragon in your chart this year, you might struggle with feelings of loneliness and lack of true understanding for others. It all stems from your maybe not so clear communication. So if you're feeling stuck, right, in that, you might want to revamp how you say things, okay? So if you're feeling trapped or unfulfilled in some ways, that is possibly the reason. Now, just some quick tips to sort of summarize how all this combination of energies will work for you this year. Number one, I would say protect your inner fire and have that drive for relentless self-mastery. Listen, dragons in 2025, your ambition is your greatest weapon. But if unchecked, it can burn you out. So you want to learn to master your emotions, learn to master your energy, and maybe create some rituals that will keep your mind and body unstoppable. This is something that you could work on. And you see the disruptor over here, this disruptor and the villain star. So it is possible that there could be some chaos amidst the opportunities. So listen, disruption isn't your enemy. It's your playground. When industries shift, when plans change or crumble, this is your cue to rise. So what I want you to do is anticipate that change. Own the damn narrative, okay guys? And position yourself as the innovator and the one who thrives while others are hesitating and complaining about how stressful their life is, okay? Be that dragon that soars above the storm, not the one that is sleeping and lying slumber inside the cave, okay? So find that connection, right? You're magnetic, just remember that, right? This year, especially with Sky Happiness, you're magnetic. But being magnetic and charismatic alone won't fulfill you. Build that relationships that aren't just alliances, but mentors or soul level connections, people who really give meaning in your life, okay? So what do? So give without expecting, inspire without controlling, and you have the community that fuels your legacy. And that's something that I think will be so valuable in the long run, okay? Now, let's look at dragon in different parts of your astrology chart. It could be your year, month, day, and hour of birth. So if you don't already know, a full astrology chart can have 4 different animal signs, not just one. I mean, hasn't it dawned onto you that it cannot be that the whole world have only 12 types of people, right? Okay, so the details come from which year of birth, which month of birth, which day of birth, which hour of birth. Now, if you want to find out about your chart, what you have in your destiny chart, see the link that is on your screen and you're in the comment section right now. Click on it and you can just plot your chart and you can find out, okay? So let's have a brief description on what it means. If the dragon is in the year column, the year represents friends and network and industry. So with the Sky Happiness there, it's very great year for you to meet the right people, connect with the right group, connect with people who share the same ideals and goals, right? And people like you. It's nice to have the dragon in the year. Dragon in the month, your work is inspiring other people. People are paying attention to you in your workplace. So go to work, right? Don't work from home. Go and meet people, go for meetings. I mean, host meetings, connect with people, showcase your drive and your passion and your ideas, and you will find like-minded individuals. If the dragon is in the day, this is really nice, okay? Because the Sky Happiness in the day, if you already have a long-term partner that you've been going out with, connecting with, this might be one of the years that you go even deeper into that relationship, because Sky Happiness is about building that long-lasting bond, okay? Sky Happiness is sort of like, when two people meet, you have a pot. Originally, the water in the pot is cold, but after a while, you've been boiling, and slowly becomes really hot and passionate. That's how Sky Happiness Star actually works, okay? And if the dragon is in the hour column, that represents your goals, your ambitions, your children and your kids. And of course, if you are at a certain age and your kids are also at a certain age, with Sky Happiness, it can mean that your kids are meeting and connecting with people, or maybe you might be receiving good news that family members expanding, all right? So it could be that, or maybe your business is growing or your investments are growing, because Sky Happiness tends to multiply. So watch for the right timing and take the right action. Now, if you would like to know more, not just about the dragon, but about all the other animal signs, I have prepared a full guide to actually talk about all this. And it's free. So you can download this by following the link that is on your screen right now or in the comment section, okay? So do that right now. And also, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe, guys, and hit the bell icon and give us a like. And if you enjoyed this video and you have other friends who belong to the dragon sign or any other animal sign, don't forget to share this video with them. Until then, here's wishing you a happy, prosperous Chinese New Year.